Yo, it's good. It's your man, 100 Grand Ross with The Rock Never Stops. I have officially solved, and I've been saying this for a while, why Draymond Green is so damn aggressive. If you enjoy the videos, smash the like button for me, hit subscribe and the bell for notifications. Look, we are all tired of the antics. We're tired of the groin kicks and punches and swipes. We're tired of him cussing at the refs every single time he gets called for a foul. Brother, you can't always be in the right, never having fouled anybody. Come on, man. Come on. Ever? You gonna yell every time? We're tired of it. But I'm gonna suggest that it's not quite his fault. People have to understand, outside of the Golden State Warriors having DeMarcus Cousins for one season, they have been the softest team in the NBA for his entire tenure in the NBA. I'll say it again. The Golden State Warriors have been the softest team in the NBA within the Draymond Green era. He has been the sole, outside of a DeMarcus Cousins in that one season, he has been the sole enforcer for a bunch of softies. Ain't nobody scared of Klay Thompson. And don't even mention Steph. I don't care how much weight he puts on. I don't care how much muscle and how much weight and how much he's adjusting the physicality. He's the softest. And ain't nobody not worried about nothing. Steph, what? Ain't nobody worried about that. But they are worried about that man, Draymond Green. He's the big bro. He's big cousin. He's the reason why players don't try to just rough up Stephen Curry every single time. Yeah, they'll try to play him physical to wear him down. They won't rough him up. You see, remember, that was one of the ways in which guys figured out how to slow him down. You just got to rough him up. But all of a sudden, Draymond Green began to transition from this leader, this physical presence, who was a defensive coordinator, a defensive ace, to all of a sudden he became the enforcer. He had to get folks off of Steph. He had to let folks know, don't come this way with it. And he's freed up Steph. He's freed up Klay. But the issue has been they haven't brought him any help. They haven't brought him a Patrick Beverly. They haven't brought him in a PJ Tucker. And don't tell me, well, those guys don't shoot enough and it's the shooting is the reason. Get out of here. You brought in Gary Payton II, right? It's about something that goes beyond the analytics. It goes beyond what can be measured. And it moves into the feel of a game. When you feel like you can physically impose your will on a team, just ask the Cleveland Cavaliers when they faced the Knicks last year in the playoffs. When you feel you can physically impose your will, it shifts how you play against a team. And that gives a very real, tangible advantage. How you attack the rim, your consciousness, worrying about who's there to meet you. Oh, and let me also bring out Andrew Bogut. I do need to mention Bogut. I don't think he was an enforcer, but he was at least defensively a physical presence. But ain't nobody getting into your jersey outside of Draymond Green if you do something sideways. Ain't nobody coming to help. Ain't nobody coming down that tunnel. Chris Webber ain't coming. Chris Gatlin ain't coming. Billy Owens ain't coming. Latrell Sprewell ain't coming to save you, Steph. When you getting hot in a playoff series and someone just goes, you know what? One of these plays, I'm just going to run through them. I'm going to run the challenge and keep running, and I'm going to collide with them in the air. And I'm going to take the personal foul. Shoot, I may even get a flagrant foul. But you know what? You do that once or twice a game for a series. Shooters begin to think. They begin to look out. Remember, he used to have ankle injuries. The man still has that reflex. Watch out for my feet. You see, that's how old school basketball used to be played. Oh, you just want to shoot? Bet. Go on and shoot. Y'all remember Bruce Bowen? Slide right underneath you. Hey, in a playoff series, you want to know how effective that is? Go ask the San Antonio Spurs when Zaza Pachulia for the Golden State Warriors slid underneath Kawhi Leonard on a three-point shot. And he was out for the series. Golden State went on to win a championship. Kawhi Leonard got traded later. That San Antonio Spurs team, I believe they still had Duncan, or they had LaMarcus Aldridge. They might have still had Duncan and Tony Parker. They had a squad. They were about to make a run. They were dominating the Golden State Warriors in that series until Zaza slid underneath him. There wasn't no enforcer. There wasn't nobody who was going to put him on his back. And for Zaza's sake, look, he's second, third string center. He wasn't worried about it. He did his job. He did what he was supposed to do. Now, it sounds dirty, but it's a real part of basketball. Somebody's got to operate in the mud. And when you are going to ask Draymond Green to quarterback your defense, quarterback your offense, be the leader, be the vocal point, be the coach on the floor, be the orchestrator, and you want him to be the enforcer, what he has developed an extremely heightened sensitivity to is when his team is playing soft. And when he is seeing that his team is playing soft, he's going to do something to muck things up. He's going to go ahead and splash in the puddle. He's going to go ahead and muck up the mud, and he's going to stomp around a little bit, and he's going to kick that thing out, and y'all going to see mud splatter all over. And y'all going to get upset that there's mud all over the place. But somebody's got to do it. Somebody. He doesn't have a Udonis Haslem. He doesn't have a Markieff or even a Marcus Morris. He doesn't have somebody else to take on that role as the emotional, energetic leader who can see when his team is playing soft and not playing up to its capability, and another team is going to try to impose their physical will on them. Minnesota, that has been their staple for this season. They have tried to become a more physical, dominant defensive team. No wonder why from jump he thought he had to jump 20 feet high, when maybe we all realized he only had to go 2 feet up. All he had to do was say, hey, Rudy, get your hands off Clay. He went too high because there's nobody else who's going to do it. Ain't nobody else. It's all on him. Andrew Wiggins ain't going to do it. Who going to do it? Dario Saric? Who going to come in there and say, get your hands off my guy? Who's going to come in there and say, I wish you would ever think about ever again putting your hands on my guy? Who? So when we want to get mad at Draymond, keep this in mind. The Warriors organization has left him high and dry. They've left him by himself, by his lonesome, right? He's big brother to 14 other younger siblings. And they ain't brought in an auntie, uncle to help him out. Ain't no cousins coming. Like I said before, Latrell Sprewell is not coming down that tunnel. Now, if you want me to be honest, I think a type of move that they need to make is go out and get somebody like Dorian Finney-Smith. Trade Andrew Wiggins, go and get Dorian Finney-Smith. He'll allow you to save money, but he's also a guy who doesn't mind mucking things up. They could have got somebody like a Grant Williams, right? Maybe make a trade. Trade Andrew Wiggins for a Grant Williams, because you need somebody else to help Draymond with that. Yeah, you lose some of Andrew Wiggins' shot creation and size and length, but you get more heart. You get more physicality. You get more get up off me. And so until they answer that, until they bring Draymond some help, some reinforcements, expect Draymond to keep getting texts. Expect him to keep getting suspended, because somebody has got to protect Steph. And don't think for a moment Steph don't realize that's the only big brother keeping the bullies in the neighborhood off him. If you enjoyed the video, if you agree with me, smash the like button, hit subscribe and the bell for notifications. Get at me in the comment section. We're going to chop it up there. I'm going to get at y'all. Peace.